Today we got Black Widow taking on Bullseye. Who wins? Well, let's find out. A former KGB agent, Natasha Romanoff, better known as Black Widow, is one of the best agents S.H.I.E.L.D. has ever had. She's a long-time member of the Avengers, as well as the leader of the short-lived Los Angeles-based superhero team called the Champions. Now, Black Widow has taken a variation of the super soldier serum, although it doesn't make her as powerful as Captain America. However, Natasha is as strong, fast, durable, and agile as any woman can be without being classified as superhuman. She's been able to actually injure Spider-Man for attacks, and is durable enough to survive multiple explosions, and actually have major surgery without anesthesia and not move. I thought that was kinda cool. She's also fast and agile enough to consistently dodge bullets, even from expert marksmen like Punisher and Bullseye. This serum also explains why Natasha is so youthful, despite being born before World War II. Black Widow's been trained in martial arts since a very young age, and is an expert in karate, judo, jujutsu, ninjutsu, aikido, Muay Thai, Kung Fu, and several other fighting forms. She's skilled enough to fight against Wolverine, Punisher, Elektra, Daredevil, Winter Soldier, and Captain America. She's also an expert marksman, having actually been ranked as one of the best shots in the Marvel Universe. Despite her outfit's skin-tight appearance, it's actually made of a high-tech synthetic fabric that is resistant to small firearms. It's even equipped with tiny suction cups that are to cling to walls and ceilings. Natasha carries state-of-the-art spy gear, like stunners and tear gas. She has grappling hooks and retractable lines called the Widow's Line, which lets her quickly travel from building to building. Her primary weapon, though, is the Widow's Bite, which is a potent electrical blast capable of emitting 30,000 volts. Then, in the corner, we got Bullseye. Bullseye is a deadly killer for hire, capable of using practically anything as a lethal projectile weapon with flawless accuracy and deadly force. He is one of the most psychotic and sadistic characters in Marvel, and serves as one of Daredevil's most dangerous foes. Bullseye is an Olympic-level athlete, and has incredible strength, agility, durability, balance, reflexes, and speed. He's an Olympic-level weightlifter, has been able to battle against Daredevil while battling on telephone wires, and is fast enough to dodge and block gunfire. Bullseye's naturally perfect hand-eye coordination, and has the uncanny ability to throw any projectile with great and unerring accuracy. He's very skilled with conventional weapons, such as firearms, bow and arrows, knives, swords, and even whips, shurikens, and darts. But Bullseye also has the unprecedented ability to kill and perform lethal maneuvers with anything at his disposal. He's been able to use pens, pencils, hairbrushes, golf balls, toothpicks, a tooth, a flashlight, and even an angry poodle as a weapon. He's knocked out Punisher with a paper airplane, killed someone with a toothpick thrown over 100 yards, used his own snot to kill a rat, and in close combat, he's been able to cut a person's throat with a straw and stab someone's neck with a spoon. And aside from his ability to throw projectiles with lethal accuracy, Bullseye's also a master martial artist, and is one of the deadliest fighters in the Marvel Universe. He knows every pressure point and weak spot on the human body, and has consistently been able to hold his own against the likes of Daredevil, Elektra, and Gambit. Bullseye also has adamantium implants fused to his skeleton, including his spinal column, and this makes his bones virtually indestructible, and also weighs out his physical blows and make them much more powerful. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Also, yes, I know both of these characters have fought against each other before, and Bullseye won. Only thing is, that was decades ago, and both characters have changed and grown a lot since then. So I want to take a look at who would win if these guys fought today, not if they had fought 40 years ago. Also, just looking at the fight, it also looked like Natasha really to play the damsel in distress role to serve the plot. And I don't think that's giving justice to how great of a fighter she is, or even how interesting of a character Nat is. Now, I think setting is going to be super important for this fight, especially with Bullseye's fighting skill and uncanny accuracy with any object. Like, if we put the fight in a hardware store, Bullseye should win just because of everything in the store. I mean, imagine having a building full of lethal weapons all at your fingertips. But we're going to let them fight in an office building, a whole lot like where Daredevil and Bullseye fought in Season 3, where Bullseye can still be super effective and have a lot of weapons at his disposal, but Black Widow can also be a whole lot more effective, and not to worry about saw blades or hammers or even nails coming at her in a constant barrage. So the first thing we gotta take a look at here is which one of these two is physically superior. Well, it's actually Black Widow. She's enhanced with the Super Soldier Serum, and so you can basically think of her as a Soviet's version of Captain America. I mean, she is just as strong, fast, durable, and agile as any woman can be, without being considered superhuman. Black Widow is strong enough to break a man's neck with one kick, send men flying with one hand, kick Punisher through a wall, and injure Spider-Man with a kick as well. Winter Soldier was even shocked by how strong she was when she was no longer holding back. She's slammed a man to the ground hard enough to crack concrete, and she's actually shattered metal for attacks. Bullseye is pretty strong though, like being able to hold onto a jet while in the air, or kneeing a USB drive through somebody's skull. Still not as strong as Black Widow though. Durability is a whole lot more up in the air, considering that Bullseye's bones are laced in adamantium. This allows him to be durable enough to take falls from extreme heights, be thrown out of windows, and even start a jet crash while he was hanging on to the outside of the jet. One time, Bullseye was even able to take several bullets without any armor on. But Natasha's got some respectable durability as well. She's taken a bullet in the shoulder, fell off a building, and the girl just walked it off and climbed back up the building. She's actually done this repeatedly since, falling off multi-story buildings and walking it off. She's taken dark matter blasts and was sent flying backwards, survived grenade explosions or helicopter explosions, and she was even able to remain perfectly still during a major and extensive surgery, even though she was able to feel everything that the doctors were doing to her. Black Widow's endurance is also remarkable, as she was getting brutally beaten on by a Russian super spy, but couldn't do anything in return, because he was coded in a trigger scent for her. So Natasha just waited it out, taking the punishment, until finally her nose was broken, and then she dropped the guy in one punch. Her armor also grants her additional durability and protection, because even though it's skin tight and looks like it's completely impractical, it's actually been able to stop bullets from small firearms. However, I think one of the most important aspects of this fight, and one of the largest gaps between these two, has got to be their speed and agility. Now, Bullseye has some nice agility and reflexes, like being able to dodge a shot from Punisher, or catch a knife thrown by Frank. catch Daredevil's baton, and dodge Cyclops' optic blast. And he's even used a pair of handcuffs to deflect a bullet and ricochet it back and kill the shooter. But Black Widow has regularly dodged and danced around automatic gunfire, even when it's coming from point-blank range or from multiple directions at once. She's even dodged gunfire from a minigun before. She's evaded shots and danced around bullets fired by the Punisher and Winter Soldier, two of the greatest marksmen in the Marvel Universe. She's dodged blasts from Iron Man and Sentinels, and she's even evaded blasts from Elektra or point-blank lasers, which can move faster than bullets. And while Bullseye's definitely dodged bullets in the past, what makes me give the clear edge to Natasha just the pure acrobatic, almost ballet-like skill behind her dodging. It looks more like she's dancing around the bullets instead of dodging and leaping out of the way at the last second. It looks absolutely effortless. Basically, Black Widow has consistently proven that she's faster and more agile than Bullseye, and she's a whole lot more likely to use her speed and agility in a fight. But I actually want to take a look at how these two fight, because they fight very differently. Because while Bullseye is a skilled fighter, being able to stalemate in a fight against Moon Knight or Daken, even beat Daredevil and Elektra in a fight. He's even gone up against a large number of hand ninjas and killed them all. But Bullseye very rarely just fights hand to hand, or relying solely on his combat skill. His whole thing is using weapons and throwing anything with deadly aim and lethal force. It's even been said that to Bullseye, everything feels like a weapon, that he can see the flight path of any object he throws before he even throws it. And that's why I really want to focus on his quote-unquote throwing feats. I mean, the guy is literally insane in this one particular area. He slit Deadpool's throat with a straw, killed men by throwing guns at them, hurt Punisher with a paper airplane, stopped a grenade by throwing a toothpick into the pen slot, killed a woman by flicking a toothpick out of the window, badly injured Daredevil by using only a golf ball, killed a man using a pen, and cut Elektra's throat by using a playing card. And that is just scratching the surface of everything that Bullseye has done. And in an area like this, pretty much everything is a deadly weapon in Bullseye's hand. However, even though Bullseye is remarkably accurate, and will definitely be able to tag Black Widow in this fight, it's actually possible to dodge his attacks. I mean, just to name a few, Daredevil has repeatedly done it in the past, and Elektra dodged multiple weapons thrown by Bullseye at the same time. And this was an instance where Bullseye has specifically trained to beat her fighting style. And I would say that Black Widow and Elektra are comparable in speed and agility, even though I would give this slight nod to Elektra. But with everything she's done, Natasha should be able to dodge Bullseye's projectiles. She's also a better and more skilled fighter. I mean, she's beaten the Punisher, stalemated against Elektra, beat Hawkeye, has fought against Winter Soldier, and she even took down a mind-controlled Captain America, who had just previously easily beaten Daredevil senseless. Nat is also incredible, taking down large numbers of opponents all on her own, like when she beat 100 men, took down an entire special ops team, killed an entire room of KGB agents, while handcuffed without even breaking a sweat, and she's fought her way through the helicarrier, trashing countless S.H.I.E.L.D. agents in that process. Black Widow's even beaten Lady Bullseye, who Daredevil was described as pretty similar to Bullseye himself, with the difference between them being that she strikes more often, but with less force. Then there's Nat's gear. She always carries guns into battle. And Bullseye isn't the only accurate character in this fight, even though he is a whole lot more accurate. Black Widow's shot a knife out of Mockingbird's hand while diving through a window, shot through a thin cable while driving a motorcycle, shot through Hawkeye's bowstring, and she's able to snipe someone from 2.8 miles away. One of the few people in the world who can make that kind of shot. But it's not just guns. She carries on explosive discs that can absolutely annihilate and destroy vehicles. She's tear gas that can not only blind you, but also disorient you as if you were drunk. Then there are her Black Widow gauntlets. These are her main weapon and can unleash the Widow's bite, an attack powerful enough to kill 10 men. She's even used it in close combat before, knocking Captain America out instantly. And while Black Widow obviously doesn't kill her friends, she isn't going to show the same consideration to a villain like Bullseye. So, end of the day, who wins? Well, I gotta go with Black Widow. She's physically superior, the better fighter, and even though Bullseye is more accurate and can use anything as a weapon, Black Widow should be able to dodge some of these projectiles like Daredevil and Elektra have in the past. Speaking of Daredevil and Elektra, both of these characters have regularly been beating Bullseye as of late. And I would say that Black Widow can beat him as well. Black Widow wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button. More videos just one every single day. And I will see you next time.